All right, guys, you're literally witnessing the rebirth of this channel, whether you've been here for a while or if this is your first time ever. I'm going to guarantee you with every core fiber of my being, you'll be a better player after this. So here's my whole thing. Not only did I redesign the whole system, which you're going to see, and I don't think anybody's teaching like this, you let me know, but I also have 3 phases: beginner player, developing player, musical player. That's it. And we're going to build that out from now on. Now, here's the beauty of this system. Not only do we have this is just our little talking head shot. We are going to do a beautiful close-up, and we are going to build things in real time. See, I can move these notes around. This is not a static chart anymore. Then I can build a chart for you, and you can actually download a blank chart, whatever you want. You let me know. I'm here to make this good for you. Now look at this. I got the player's point of view chart as well. So beautiful angles. This is where the magic happens. This is where you skyrocket your skills. Okay, so essentially, here's what we're gonna do. If you're a beginning player, we're gonna do this in the key of C major, and this is a C, okay? We're gonna do C major triads. Now, this is an open chord. There's 5 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C, E, G, C, E. Now, your goal as a musician, so you can develop yourself to get to the musical player phase, is you have to understand what you're doing on a deeper level, okay? You gotta simplify. We're not gonna do 30 chords. We're gonna just do 1 key, the key is C major. We're gonna do 4 C major triads, and I'm gonna explain to you what a triad is. So let's just go right into it. First thing I'm gonna ask you is, when we look at this chart, we have a C major 1, 3, 5 triad on the EAD string set. So if you see this red rectangle over here, this is my little highlighter. I'm talking about on the far left of the chart. I call this the Eddie box because my friend Eddie who plays said I got to make that for you guys. So if you notice, the notes are on the EAD string set. And I'm going to point out, if you finger this, you're going to see it's a tough shape. I get it. And the lowest fundamental note is a C. It's on the low E. The lowest fundamental note is a C. It's C, E, G. This is what's called a 1, 3, 5 triad. And the reason is, and this is the deep part, you have to know how to build this. So over here, if I go all the way across C major scale, we have the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B. No sharps, no flats. We have the scale degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, when you look at the major scale here, we haven't built any chords yet, but let me show you how we actually built this triad, okay? It's really cool. You start on the C, because we're going to build the 1 chord, and there's your Nashville numbering system. If someone's like in the key C, you play the 1, well, you got to know it's C. That's pretty obvious. Okay, we're going to connect the dots much deeper, and then watch the pattern. You skip the next note, and you take the 3, E. Skip the next note, you take the 5, G. So you see the note C, E, G. So this is a C major triad on the EAD string set. And I would just go like this, pick it, okay, and then go C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G. And you guys, this is how you learn your fretboard. Now, I love that I can do this angle too, looking down from your player's point of view, C, E, G. So just so you know too, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger on your fret hand, now and forever. That's how I refer to these. We got to get a very consistent language, okay? Strumming hand, rhythm hand, fret hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, what I would do is I would take, without even playing any notes, okay? I would go ahead and beginner phase, right? Play your C major open chord. And then just see if you can slowly go up and grab that shape. It feels really weird and awkward at first when you first start using this, and maybe you're not going to use it as much. I didn't think I'd use it as much when I learned it. I use it a lot more than I think, okay? So C major, C triad. Now think about the C major chord. This is something you need to connect to, and this is going to be in your homework. C, E, open G, C, E. C, E, open string, G, another C with your first finger, and then open E. There's 5 notes in there, and we said a triad's only 3 notes, but they're all C's, E's, and G's. So that's what you got to start to realize is we're just stripping down the open chord to its core fundamental, like the spine. And triads are like my chord teaching philosophy. You're going to see they're the cage, they're everything. The cage system's nothing but a bunch of connected triads using open chord shapes. More on that later. Now, here's the beauty of this. Let's go back to this shot. If you've got this shape, the beauty of this is when we go to the ADG string set, the shape stays exactly the same. Now, your goal is to know the notes, C, E, G, C, E, G. You're going to want to be able to like Look at someone that plays it, and if you see that, you know that they're playing a 1-3-5 triad shape on the EAD string set. You're gonna just need to know that, okay? So let's go to the ADG string set. Now watch what, I'll just put it up there at the same time. It's the same exact shape. So before I get rid of the EAD string set C major triad, I'm gonna move this all the way up here, boom, like that. Here's what it looks like looking down from your point of view. Okay, so hopefully you got your guitar in your hands. You got C, E, G there too. So I got to add it to this chart as well. Boom, there it is. Same exact shape. See that? So just get comfortable with the shape, slide it up to here. Comfortable with the shape, slide it up to here. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, because I told you my whole goal is to go deep with this stuff. Simple, deep concepts. What I want you to realize is if you look at the CEG, right? You need to make the connection right now. If I went down here and I played it like this, how is this the same thing as this? Drop in the comments if you know before I give you the answer, okay? CEG, okay? So if we really look at it, this is a C, this is an E, and this is G. You see it right on the chart. This G on the 12th fret is the same as the open G, but it's an octave higher. So I do, instead of playing the weird shape like that, I can just play it with the second and first finger, C, E, open G. So this is how you make music. I could go CEG, CEG, or CEG, CEG. That's a great exercise, right? So we're just doing different flavors of C because I get the question all the time, why do I need to know so many C shapes? Because do you like eating foods with different flavors? Do you like looking at pictures with different colors? We're building delicious cupcakes of sound for people's ears. They got to be tasty. Okay, so you see that shape right there, CEG, CEG. Now, one thing that happens in the developing player phase, and my mom's kind of in the beginner phase, she's like, well, how do you do that muting stuff? This is where you move from developing to musical. This starts to happen. So this fleshy part of my hand, I'm controlling the music by going like this. I'm resting it, I'm going. Now, if I want open or mute, that is part of the developing player phase. So what I want you to know is that these skill sets exist, and if you see me doing something and it's controlled, that's what I'm doing. Okay. So we've covered the EAD string set, and we've covered the ADG string set. And again, this is the lowest fundamental note. This C right here, it's the closest to your chin. That's why it's a 1-3-5 position. So whatever the closest note to your chin is, that is the type of triad we're playing. Now, I'm not going to talk about this for a long time. You might have heard of inversions, right? There are 3 forms of triad, and I have an ebook coming out on Monday. It's amazing. It's going to be $9.99. It will be the best money you've ever spent. I guarantee it, okay? I guarantee it. I really do. I'm passionate and I believe in this stuff. So this is 1-3-5 CEG. Okay, I'll just do the EAD string set. This is just a quick illustration because you need to know as a developing or beginner player how to go to musical player. And then up here, if I go E, G, C, that is a 3-5-1. So the lowest fundamental note is the third. E is the third, 3-5-1, okay? And then down here is a 5-13. That's G, C, E, where the 5 is the lowest fundamental note. So look, C, C, C. It's beautiful, just different flavors. Okay, we're moving on. So let's do the next string set, which is the DGB string set. Now, this is probably one of my favorite triad shapes. Let me just kind of cue it up on the other one as well. Pull these guys off. So you got this all queued up. Okay, now let's go over this. Let me get rid of the ADG string set. Boop. There we go. Now you see this. This is C's right here. C, E, G. We're on the DGB string. See that? Now this one is amazing to play because it's inside of the actual C major bar chord. So now if you're like, what did he just say? You lost me. Don't worry. I'm going to hit this a million times until you get it. But if you see C, E, G, if I were to make the bar chord, you're just using different fingers, okay? So I used to do this exercise where I go bar chord to the triad. Just see if you can get the triad. The beauty of this is, remember when I talked about muting as a developing player? When you get your thumb over, I'm not actually fretting any notes. I'm just using that to mute. So I can hit the strings and just get that C, E, G. So I'm muting essentially the E and A string, and my fleshy part of my finger right here, it's barely touching the high E. So that, watch. See, look. In case you were, if you see guys going like this, you should do it in the right key. See how amazing that is? So that is the DGB string set. Now again, it's root 3-5, and the root is the 1. Don't get mixed up in semantics. So lowest fundamental note, it's now on the D string. It's C, E, G. Now practice arpeggiating them and playing them harmonically. Arpeggiate. Guitar's getting kind of wonky. Say, when you start to become the musical player, you start doing things like, you start picking different notes. You start on the E and then C and then G and then C. So you come up with different patterns of playing. Okay, so let's just go to that other view just so you can kind of see it. All right, so there it is too. Look at, the beauty of the point of view is it matches the angle exactly if you see my angle of my fingers. And again, if somebody goes like this, I used to see pictures of Jimi Hendrix playing that shape all the time. I had no clue what he was doing. Even though I was using it early on, John Frusciante, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, he does that shape. Now you know that's a 1-3-5 triad. And if you know where the root is, you can move it anywhere. If I move it here, I know that's G, but again, we're just staying in one key, keep it simple. Okay, so you got that. Okay, so look, C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G. Okay, bend it. That's how you start becoming musical, developing to musical, okay? So that is the DGB string set. Are you following me so far? Again, if you get confused or lost, watch this a bazillion times. No, just drop me a question. I got you, all right? We got one more string set. Now we're going to do the GB high E string set. So what we do is we're going to get rid of this chart. Let's drop that on there. Now I love this one. I'll just stick here on this chart, point of view. See that shape? So essentially I've got my third finger, not essentially I do, I have my third finger on the G string, that's a C on the 5th fret. Then I've got my 4th finger on the 5th string, that's a B, on the B string, that is an E. And then I've got my 1st finger on the 3rd fret on the high E, that is a G, and it's another C, E, G. Now this string set for triads is amazing too because you can hit it on the upstroke, so you can do really cool stuff. I love also finger picking it or picking it. It's like a great song intro. Watch, let's just do a little demonstration. I'm going to use the C, E, G on the GB high E string set, and then I'm going to go to the open chord. Now remember, rhythm is king. You're always developing your rhythm, and even when you're a musical player, you're still keeping your rhythm tight. So if I go 1, 2, 3, C, E, G, C, E, G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen, if I hit any shanks, that's jazz, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, C, open. C, E, G, open. So you see what we're doing there? And just to kind of give you this view, let's go ahead and drop this string set down. So the goal is to burn these in your brain forever, all right? So again, C, C. Now see how I'm muting, I'm controlling it? I also want you to notice in my rhythm hand, you have to tighten your range of motion. Like when I'm playing this string set, the DGB, I can really... But when I'm doing this one, I gotta kind of clamp down. See, upstrokes, So you see how powerful that is. So let's do this too. Let's go ahead and go here. Now, let's review them without the chart on there. Now, if you want the chart, drop the word charts. Here's the beauty. When you start to learn and memorize all the shapes, the goal is, in the way I made the triad book, I don't put the notes on there. I put 1, 3, 5, or 3. It's for you to be able to move it to any key. This makes playing, in my opinion, tell me if you agree or disagree, more fun than anything. So here we go, C, E, G. This is how you can make it like an exercise, but then be musical. So C, E, G. Now, I don't care if you go up here to this one, C, E, G, or if you want to go C, E, G, open, then to this shape, and then to this shape. So let's do this. Just to really help cement it for you, let's drop all of the triads on this chart, okay? Let's drop them all on. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move from this EAD string set. I'm going to move to the ADG string set here. Let me move that. Then I'm going to move to this string set, DGB, and then I'm going to do CEG here. Now, you might, I'm just going to point it out because it's here. See this GCE? It's where these two triad string sets overlap. That's an inversion right there. So you see that bar I'm playing right there? So GCE. This is what makes guitar amazing, but amazingly hard too. So let's go ahead and rip through this, and I'm gonna go through it like an exercise. I'm gonna make it a challenge. I'm gonna go up to this high one. Okay, so watch. Watch me move through the string sets. Okay, let's do it now where I go to the lower position for the ADG string set. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and let's give you what it looks like in point of view. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I always do little drum beats. I can't help it. Got to internalize that rhythm again. Okay, do you guys see how amazing that is? This is like just the tip of the iceberg. So to review, we did 4 C major triads, C, E, G, root, 3rd, 5th, okay, through the 4 different string sets. Now, if you learn those shapes, you can move them to any key. All you got to know is where your root is. And this one's the easiest because the root's the closest to your chin. It's the lowest fundamental note. When you start adding in inversions and you mix in open chords with bar chords and scales, you'll see that the triads connect everything. Your cage is just a series of connected triads. That's all it is. Because look, remember, if this is the C major open chord, just to wrap this up, right? C open. And if we went up here, this is that C major shape, but I've got this is the cage system right here. So I got this is a D chord actually. The good old Chili Peppers. Anyways, see, this is the connections you make. This is why I'm trying to show you this stuff. Okay, drop jellyfish. I got the jellyfish lamp out there. See, jellyfish, got him here too. You guys said got to bring back the jellyfish. Or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Let me know, do you like this new system? I tried to keep it real simple. Like, do you like this view the best? Do you like this view the best? Do you like seeing it from both ways? Now, if I asked you real quick to wrap it up, if I said, let's just wrap this video up with, if I said, hey, show me, test yourself right now. Grab your guitar, hopefully you've had it this whole video, and I want you to play a C major 1-3-5 triad on the DGB string set. So maybe you got to think about it, okay? Maybe you go, oh, wait, I remember that. Okay, here's C. It's this angular shape, right? Boom. So you see, this is the power of this stuff. It makes playing so much fun. So I want to build this out. So Triad book on Monday. If you join the membership too, I give away everything for free, and I'm building that out. It's been growing. You guys are amazing that have joined. I love all you guys. This channel is nothing. It's our channel. I want to progress as a teacher, so let me know how I'm doing. Is anybody, I've seen people do pieces of what I'm doing, but I haven't seen anybody do all of it in one video. And again, building the charts, I mean, power, man. You know how to build diatonic triads from the major scale. There's just, now you can go teach yourself piano. Trust me, this stuff works. All right, I just get excited. This has been a long video. You guys are amazing. Don't stop, only you can stop you. See you in the next video. Peace.